Hi everybody, welcome back to Tam Talks Tanks. It's time to feed the baby fish, but this egg yolk's getting a little bit old, so let's get some fresh stuff on the go. Wait for that to boil. Don't need to salt the water or anything because literally just an egg is going in. Try not to break it. And now we set a timer for 12 minutes because we want it to be hard boiled. Lid on and we wait. While we wait for the egg yolk to boil, let's clean out the baby fish tank, for lack of a better word. I've already started cleaning it a bit, but let's continue. Okay, so I don't know if I'm in the shot, I have just assembled the saddest tripod setup. I'm doing my best. So I couldn't do this with one hand because it's nigh impossible. So let me show you what I do. I'm trying my best to stay in the shot. I don't know if I'm in the shot. I can't see what's going on the other side because I'm using the back camera because it's a better camera. Let's do it. So you can see here that there's water inside the tubing and I don't want to get that in my mouth, so give it a blow. Don't laugh. And then put the other end of what will be your siphon into the main tank. Cover that up with your thumb. Aim at the bucket, release, cover, and then you'll see it holds the water in. Then we put it into the little tank, tub, and just hoover up, trying to not suck up any little fish. And if you need to stop the flow, just cover it with your thumb. You're better off pinching with bigger hoses, but for airline tubing, I find that this is really effective without damaging the tubing, because it is so small, it's slightly delicate. Now I don't want to do too much because, as you can see, the tub is tiny. The tub is tiny, so it's going to drain really quickly. I do have holes poked in the tub now, so I could just leave it to fill up slowly over time, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get one of these, and this is one of the plant grow pot things, the tissue cultures. That's the one. So we take some tank water and we slowly add that in so that we don't we don't create a roller coaster for the babbies. And yeah, I'll let you know when it's done. Okay, that was a lot easier than using the little pipette. I had to use the pipette at first because, again, the fish were so small that the airline tubing was just going to suck them up, and it was just going to be a mess. So that was the easiest way at that point in time. Now the fish are a bit bigger, they're stronger swimmers, and I have sucked up one of them once, but it was easy enough to just scoop them up from the bucket into that little grow pot thing. And on top of that, the bucket's white at the bottom. I hope you can see that. I'll bring it up. The bucket's white at the bottom, which means that the fish are going to be a lot easier to see if they are sucked up. Same with the shrimp, actually. Pro tip, white bucket. And yeah, let's get to yolk and egg and feeding. Cool. Okay, it's time. Egg into the cold water. I would have ice in it, but somebody, me, forgot to fill up the ice cube tray, so it is what it is. We let that rest for a couple of minutes. I've just realised that this has turned into a tutorial for how to boil eggs. I mean, if you don't know how to boil an egg, how to hard boil an egg, I hope this has been useful for you. I promise we will be feeding fish very, very soon. Okay, I've taken off the eggshell. I've opened up the egg white, and this yolk is exactly what we want. And now obviously that, whoops, out the way eggshell. This is going to be far too much for baby fish to eat. So literally, we just want to take about that much. And even then, this is going to be too much. But it's good to have extra, and it's not like you're going to miss a tiny bit of egg yolk. And for the rest of it, a little bit of salt. Now, just very quickly, a big pro tip is kitchen towel. Put some kitchen towel in here when you're going to store your egg yolk, and it's going to dry up. It's going to go hard as a puck, so don't worry about that. It's going to mean that it keeps for longer, and it's going to rehydrate in the fish tank. Okay, let's get this into the fry tank. We're just going to take, well, I could use my fingers. We're just going to take that much, and even then that's probably a little bit much, but it gives them a bit extra to snack on. Oops, sorry. Alright guys, alright. And you can see, because it's fresh, it's breaking up kind of immediately. But if it's a little bit older, if it's gone hard, it's going to take a little bit of time to rehydrate and break up again. But that's okay, because they'll still love it. Just give it a little whirl around. Look at that, they're already coming. They're even braving the chopstick. How very brave. Give it a bit of a smish. Give it a little swirl around. Not too much, you don't want it to become like a roller coaster for them. And that is how you feed baby fish egg yolk. I've just taken my chopstick out of the water, and you can already see them looking around for the yummy goodness. Somebody's already found it. Good. And you can see how much bigger they've gotten. I wish that it was easier to show you guys, but unfortunately I have to work with what I have, and I have kind of takeaway containers, so they're not the clearest, but I hope you can see sort of the difference over the course of a week. Oops. Look at them go. They love it. Egg yolk is such a good food for them because it's a complete food, isn't it? If you don't have live foods like baby brine shrimp and all that, then, you know, a hard-boiled egg yolk it's a really good alternative, because I mean, look at these guys. They're growing really well, and they're really happy, I think. And you can see some over here. I will be putting in some crushed bug bites really soon. But yeah, they absolutely love the egg yolk. So I'll feed these guys about 3 times a day, and I'll usually feed them egg yolk in the morning and in the evening. and then I'll feed them the crushed bug bites in the afternoon. So usually somewhere between 8:30 and 9 in the morning, then around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then literally before bed, like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And yeah, they're thriving off of this routine. Every morning they get cleaned out because, well, I mean, it's going to get nasty in there with excess food piling up, but I want to make sure that they have enough food in order to grow really well, because realistically I don't want them being in that tub for too long, because I mean it doesn't look great in the tank, does it? So the sooner that they're out of that tub, the better. The better for everybody. I think they'll be happier outside the tub, but it's just not safe for them at the moment because they will get gobbled up because their parents are monsters. So yeah, feed them 3 times a day. You can just feed them egg yolk, but I want to kind of wean them on to what their parents are eating, so that when the time comes when they're not getting egg yolk anymore, they're not just gonna turn their noses up at it and starve. So yeah, there you go. I've also been feeding them crushed bloodworms, just like I do with my shrimp. You need to really make sure that you get to underneath the water surface. Just kind of dab at it with a clean finger or with a chopstick. Just make sure that you don't create like a whirlpool with it, because you know they don't really like roller coasters, these guys. They love stability. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's been useful. I hope that you've had some good information. If you have any questions, if I've not answered, you know, a question that you have, or you know, if you'd like me to elaborate on something, please just feel free to make a comment. Just leave a question, because if you're asking a question, chances are somebody else has the same question, but they just don't want to ask. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps out the channel. I really want to be able to grow this into a thriving community. I'd love to have this be a space where we can all get together and ask questions and not be afraid to feel stupid, because everybody starts somewhere in the hobby. And I love that this is one of those hobbies where you will get the odd grouchy person. I've encountered the odd grouchy person, but ultimately everyone's so lovely. So I'd love this to be one of those spaces. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. You know, you are this community, so thanks for being a part of it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!